on the edge of the wall there, if there isn't anybody around there.
Awesome. Couple drow walk by you, and they kind of, it's like somebody says, "Man, there's just a gust of wind through here. Do you feel that?" And they just, man, it's probably just something from one of the caverns, and they continue to walk on. So as you get closer to this building up here on the left, this appears to be some sort of company. Now, there are two large stone friezes in the shapes of stern dwarf faces that are basically adorning the front of this establishment. Quite humorously, actually. And there's also a sign that says, "The Deep Gem Company." And it says, "We buy gems and precious metals, and we pay the best." That's what they have on their sign. And then in the window, you can actually see some suits of plate mail, some suits of chainmail being displayed. It's sort of like if you're walking by window shopping. "Oh wow, look, honey, look at that beautiful set of full plate mail that I'd love to have." So they're on armor mannequins, and they're basically displaying them to sell.
Okay. With that, I'm going to cautiously go back to the inn and talk to Quillen in the group about perhaps selling to that merchant, that establishment, and tell him about the ogre.
All right.
Yeah, Dave, I'd like to go to work on this armor and stuff and see if there's any way I can remove any of these symbols or
Okay.
any markings.
Let's see. So, Farland, you're going to get back to the inn. Now,
Correct.
Ren and Crasher, you're inside of the inn. Gimli Grim, you're still inside of the inn. Now, Crasher and Gimli Grim, are you also, now that you are actually in a really nice environment, really kind of like a very stable environment, it seems like, especially for being in the Underdark, are you guys going to turn in for the night, or what?
I'll come downstairs after my bath. I'll don my armor, and I'll go down for a drink.
Okay, all right, sounds good. So you're down in the tavern portion of the Halfmoon Inn. Kazero Gaming, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome to the community. So Quillen, you're in the stable. Also Farland, you walk in, and I don't know. You're still invisible, Farland. So I don't know if you're going to do anything goofy to him or what, but.
Yeah, I'll...
well, the door opens anyway. The door opens and nobody's there, Quillen.
And then replacing is a nasty-looking guard drake.
What are you doing now?
Sorry, what was that?
I'm going to manifest a guard drake.
Using what, minor illusion?
Yes. With the dragon hissing alligator.
Let me check out minor illusion real quick. I think you might be able to do. Let's check out minor illusion real quick.
It's 5 foot.
Yeah, it's the 5 cubic foot, right? Yeah, sure. We'll
Right.
say that you make a guard drake. Absolutely, man. So this blue guard drake appears in the doorway as you're kind of startled as the door kind of swings open, and this guard drake. It looks like a sort of like a giant lizard with a elongated neck. And it is a quadrupedal, so it looks like it's very heavily scaled, and it's just making a hissing noise. Quite intimidating, actually. You're like, is this one of the creatures of the Underdark? Is there any kind of perception check?
My shield and
Is there any kind of perception check involved in this, Farland? Can you look at it for me?
It's investigation. If he spends an action, he can roll an investigation check.
So do you have the upgraded minor illusion where you can make
sound.
it animated too, or is it just sound?
It's sound and visual.
Okay, so it does kind of sway back and forth a little bit with the head moving.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay,
I just can't move this one.
Quillen, give me an investigation check real quick, seeing that this thing just kind of popped up. And Farland, what else are you doing? Yeah, you're like, what's
I'm
going
pulling
on here?
my dagger and
Whoa.
going up behind it. Actually, I see that he's arming himself. I'm gonna.
Well, as you
wait
cast
to
a
see
spell,
what he does.
when you cast your spell, you're no longer invisible, right?
If it's an attack, I do cast. That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. So, yeah, they're fine.
So, I mean, you can still come out of nowhere and attack this thing and try to tackle it if you want. Make it look like you're a hero. Is that what you want to do?
Exactly.
Nice.
Just
I
gonna
like
come
that.
with
Look
the
at
dagger and
look
try
at old Thumbs, man. Old Thumbs trying to save Quilland. The badass colossal slayer, Hunter's Mark casting ranger, 2-weapon fighting ranger.
Don't worry, Quillen, I got it.
Thank God you were here.
I know
I
it,
don't know
man.
what I would have done.
That's hard day's work killing all these hobgoblins and now guard drakes.
I see that, man. So, you want to help me out with this armor over here, or what?
Oh, sure. Got a great
too
place
good.
to sell it, too. Down the street, they're selling... they'll buy our stuff, actually. They'll offer a great price for it. Gems, materials, armor.
Good deal.
So,
Yeah, I mean, I've been thinking about this, and I don't think, we as a whole party should just roll up in one of these shops and, expose all of ourselves once we get ready to sell this. I would think that maybe just one of us would want to take it, so, if...
I can barely
information-
carry a sword. Long enough, full plate.
I
I was
love it. At
kinda
least he's
volunteering
honest.
myself, in a sense that, I would only be the one that would be exposed if something goes amiss or something like that.
Hey,
Yeah.
drive the wagon.
Yeah, I want to see if I can get any of these markings off first and, kind of file the serial numbers off of this stuff for...
Hey, Dave, I'm going to reach here. Could I use the cantrip mending and maybe reform that metal to cover itself?
Let's see. I think is mending for wood. Let me double check.
It's for tears, robes.
I try to memorize everything, but it's just so hard. Let's see. This spell repairs a single break or tear in the object you touch. This is your broken chain link, 2 halves of your broken key, a torn cloak, or a leaking wineskin. Okay. As long as the break or tear is no larger than 1 foot in any direction, you mend it. Yeah. I have no problem with that because it's not like it tore a massive gaping hole. That was so funny when you said, let's get the serial numbers off of these.
Get the file out.
I like it. So, do you have any kind of smithing? I don't think you're proficient in smithing tools.
I am.
Yeah, well, let's go get the dwarf. Maybe I didn't know if these were painted on there or... if
Yeah, they're
etched
sort of
in.
they're sort of tacked in. They're kind of tacked in with using a forge, in an anvil. Looks like they're definitely tacked in.
Yikes, they're making their own armor, huh?
Yeah, it's sort of like an off color too. So it's not like it's not like your run-of-the-mill type of just standard armor. I mean, this is a darker type of brown color too, type of brown and maroon red. So it's pretty distinctive. That's why he was pretty much warning you on, seeing that you saved his butt. He just kind of wanted to repay the favor a little bit and say, you might want to really be careful on who you're dealing with here. Good old
maybe I could
Rendil.
run in and see if I can run into Rendil and see if he's found a buyer. Didn't he suggest that maybe he could find somebody that could...
Yeah, he said he's gonna over the next day or so he should be able to. He said he'll let his aunt know,
okay.
just in case he can find anybody. Turncoated, and he tells you if he can find someone, it will be a trustworthy person to where you won't have to pay the 25% tax for any kind of transaction here in the 7-pillared hall. Turncoat, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome to the community.
What do you think this is worth, roughly?
Half of whatever the PHB says. So if you want to add up all that stuff, pretty much half of that. That's what the scrap cost that'll bring in for you. So let's see, 20. Let's open up the PHB real quick. Chapter 6. All right, so 5 suits of chainmail, 75 gold per. So basically 37 per. So you got about 170 gold
85.
worth. Yeah. You got a half plate. So that's 750. Then you have weapons. You have 20 javelins, which are basically 5 silver pieces. So you got about 10 gold worth. Now you have 5 longbows, which are 50 apiece. You have a great weapon. You got a two-handed great sword, so that's 50. You also have 5 long swords, which are 15 apiece. So you just add all that up, divide it by 2, and that's what I do for like selling mundane equipment back to vendors and stuff like that.
Okay.
As long as you can, carry it, and seeing that you guys had, Bairwyn's cart, that's not a problem. But if you were out adventuring, it would be kind of hard to carry back 20 javelins and 5 suits of chain plate. Somebody would probably be wearing that half plate,
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess if it's gonna,
Thanks, Turncoated. I appreciate the kind words, man. Thank
see
you.
if Rendil can come up with anything.
Yeah, you get back inside of the inn, and Era has actually said that he's turned in for the night because of all of the. He just wasn't. Said he wasn't. He was feeling a little weird, and he wanted to lay his head down on the pillow for the rest of the night. Something's gotten into him. Something's gotten into that halfling.
Been love struck. All right. Yeah. I mean, where'd the gnome go? Did he disappear again?
Well, Rendil is. He's gone. He's sleeping. But let's see.
No, I mean our gnome. The
where did you head to, Farland? Are you still there?
Oh, he's not in roll 20. I think he timed out.
Yeah, Farland. I think he's not in TeamSpeak either. So,
Is Gimli inside?
Gimli's down there. You can hear him laughing, hooting and hollering, and he's getting his 4 drinks. he's getting his 4 ales.
Right,
You can hear Gimli down there.
Yeah, I'll roll up to Gimli and see what he has to think about the situation. I'll remind him what Rendil's offer was and what he was going to try and look into us for. Gimli, do you think we should just push this and try and get our cash and get the hell out of here, or do you think we should wait?
Gimli, give me a Constitution saving throw with advantage. Just roll the Constitution. Well, give me a Constitution saving throw twice. I want to see how Gimli's handling all of this alcohol that he's intaking. Only looking for a DC 10 with advantage. Should be no problem for him. He's just got to find the macro. Oh yeah, you're fine, Gimli. You are definitely fine. Gimli, he's same old Gimli. You see about 6 empty, large pint cask in front of him. Big old, beautiful wooden barreled mugs, empty. He's got them turned over. Just still drinking away, Gimli is.
Yeah, I'll saddle up next to him and I'll ask for an ale myself, and I'll ask Gimli. I'll kind of just refresh him what Rendil had offered, and tell him that I just ran into our gnome wizard who's been out scouting around, and he thinks he found that other place that buys and sells armor and weapons and stuff. And what do you think about that?
Well, what I'm thinking is, we got a mission to do, and the little guy said he
Little guy.
would find the buyer. Now, but by the time we have to go, and he doesn't find the buyer, we can leave that stuff in hiding and come back for it when we're done.
I like it. I like it. I don't want to push our luck. Because obviously these Blood Reavers seem like, they're juiced in with, the mages and all this other stuff that's going on.
Oh, everybody is. Every establishment is around here. Not by choice, though. You know what I mean?
Well, by the time we're done, maybe there won't be any more Blood Reavers. And I put out a big belch.
Oh, a Duergar comes over to you as you guys are talking, and you guys are. So you're gonna take care of the Blood Reavers, huh?
No.
I'll buy a drink for you, everybody. Hey, I'll buy everybody around down the house.
I was saying that.
Dude, I think I can knock this guy out with a punch.
I was saying that in conversation in a low tone.
Oh, he just comes
for
over.
Anybody to hear.
It's not like he is yelling it out. He just comes over and says, you're gonna take care of taking care of the Blood Reavers."
Did I say that?
That's what I thought. I could have just swore you. Maybe I'm drinking a little bit too much ale there. I don't
think
know.
So. And I think you need to clean the wax out of your ears.
Why don't you give me a deception check, and I'm gonna do an insight check, Emily. Say that he has a challenge rating 1. So, all right. Oh my goodness!
Oh my goodness!
A 2 and a 1.
Everybody's drunk.
Oh yeah, I could have heard you swear you saw you said Blood Reavers. I don't like those guys either. They need to be taken care of.
How the rest of your boys feel about that?
The rest of my boys, it's not me. I live here.
Yeah, but your clan, your type, all of you dark dwarves, how do you feel about how do they all feel about it?
I try not to get involved with all that, but I just trade with the farmers, and I'm like most of all of the vegetables that you're eating here now come from me. I'm just tired of the Blood Reavers wanting their cut too. They hit me up on the Lantern Road. That's where they usually hit you up. That's even before you even get to the Seven Pillared Hall.
You say they ambush you out there?
Well, it's not like they ransack my wagon. They just rough you up a little bit and want a couple coins for their cut, as sort of like they call it a toll to ride on the road.
Or protection.
Well, the Road of Lanterns is not a friendly place, dwarf.
Typical.
Fellow dwarf. All right, so now Era. To go back to a little bit of about 30, 45 minutes, maybe an hour, when you were talking with Era. She had the map out. She showed you, what location this was. Now she also mentions that about the Blood Reavers. She tells you that they're in the Chamber of Eyes, and the Chamber of Eyes is to the east. And as you can see on the map of, the labyrinth itself, to the east, you're going to have to take these roads. This is the way to the Chamber of Eyes. But she tells you that it's a very, very dangerous. A lot of wandering creatures travel these roads. So you have to be careful. Lots of creatures of the dark.
Alright,
All
so
right.
at this point, I don't know how everybody feels about this. Are we going to get involved with saving the Seven Pillars halls, or are we just going to do our job and get the hell out of town, or...
That is up to you all.
I come down from my room just to check up on people, or everybody, before I turn in for the night.
I'm waiting for this Dugar to walk away.
Well, he seems a little bit intoxicated, and he goes, "Ha! Good luck on getting this Blood Reavers, huh? I'm rooting for you," and he just kind of stumbles off.
Now, what were you saying, Missy?
I just came down. What were you all talking about?
Well, we were trying to figure out what to do with the goods that we got after the kills, and we both agreed. Well, you go ahead and tell her.
Well, I guess we got a couple of decisions here to make, Ren. Or
5e Hobgoblins look awesome.
I don't know if we want to get involved with taking down this Blood Reaver clan and fighting the mages and trying to save this whole community, or do we want to just do our job that we're being paid for and deliver this box and pick up the other one and get the hell out of town? What do we want to try to do here?
Well, my mission here is to eradicate Blood Reaver. If he can, since he is linked to Calorol, I would like to know if he has any other connection.
Okay.
So we can eliminate that too.
Correct.
Yeah.
Alright,
And then
That
Intervale will be
settles it.
safer that way.
that settles it. We take out the Blood Reavers.
Well, let's talk
Alright.
to everybody else and see how they feel about it. We got 2 other people in the party, so...
Being able to save the community is a bonus. But the main problem here is the Blood Reavers.
It's always good to have allies instead of enemies, that's for sure. So why don't you guys get a good night's rest, and how about we continue next week as you guys wake up in the morning. Remember, you still have your delivery that you need to make too.
Sure, yeah.
You have your
That's what we're here
delivery,
for.
yeah. And we'll say that you guys will start with that tomorrow, and unless you guys have anything else that you want to take care of tonight.
No?
No?
All right, very cool.
Well,
So
take
that's
a
where
couple
we'll
biscuits.
take a couple biscuits up to the room. There's
Yeah.
plenty of muffins and breads and all kinds of tarts, all that good stuff.
Mess with spells, learn them, relearn them, and work on that.
Jizzle,
music
thank you
box
for the
again.
follow.
I'm good.
All right. So that's what we'll go ahead and call it. You guys get up to your rooms. You get turned in for the night. Everybody's going to be back at full spell points. Everybody's going to be back at full life. You get all of your class features back. Nobody used any hit dice heals, so you don't have to worry about those. So thanks for playing, everybody. It was fun. You guys are now in 7 Pillars. You guys are in the Chamber of the 7 Pillars, and we'll
Question.
start looking around and investigating next week. Yes, Gimli.
What do you do on the experience?
We are doing milestones now. So whenever I feel that,
Milestones
yep,
instead of experience.
that's exactly what
Alright.
we're doing. So whenever I feel that
Alright.
you guys are going to get a level, you guys will get a level. So you guys are level 3. You'll be level 3 for a while. So, and then you'll be level
Alright.
4. And so, but remember, seeing that this is a converted 4th edition campaign, there's only 20 levels in 5e. So basically you guys are losing levels. You're losing 10 levels from going from 4 to 5. But it's all about the story anyway. But by the end, you're going to be level 20 anyway. So, but all right, everybody. Thanks for playing, and we'll start
Wow.
out and
Have
Yeah.
a good time.
as
Great.
everyone wakes up in the next morning, as you start to make your way down, you can see that old Mrs. Halfmoon is nailing up a some pieces of parchment onto a board, and we'll start next week with you with a bunch of different wanted posters and stuff like that. So I will see you guys next week. I had fun. Thank you guys so much.
Great game, Dave.
Great game.